Beneath the restless skin of the Pacific Ocean lies a realm of silence and unmeasurable pressure, where molten rivers slide under black water like veins of the planet itself. At these depths, light ceases to exist, and only heat pulses through the abyss. It is here, unseen by humankind, where the greatest threat to life on Earth sleeps. Scientists call it the Colossus caldera, a hidden giant spreading under thousands of square miles of ocean crust. Mapping drones once captured faint tremors along its border, soft vibrations that danced through the seafloor. What they discovered was a magma chamber larger than the entire state of Delaware. The Colossus makes Yellowstone look small. Buried under nearly 3 miles of water, its dome swells as molten rock pushes upward, crushing all resistance. The ocean above trembles slightly, a subtle heartbeat of the world, one that could turn violent in an instant. When pressure builds in a volcano on land, escape is possible through cracks and vents, but under the ocean, that pressure becomes unstoppable. Water cools the surface magma just enough to trap the heat inside. Eventually, the lid shatters, and the result would be a planetary wound no one can seal. Decades ago, sonar operators from a classified naval mission recorded rhythmic pounding from the Pacific trenches. The echoes matched the deep resonance of volcanic compression. At first, they classified the sounds as tectonic activity, only later did geologists realize they were hearing the lungs of an awakening volcano. Imagine an eruption beneath 3 miles of seawater. Steam, ash, and molten rock explode upward, creating tsunamis towering hundreds of feet high. The superheated plume perforates the atmosphere, hurling sulfur and ash around the globe, plunging sunlight into crimson twilight for years. Evidence of such ancient explosions exists in the layers of ice over Antarctica, where scientists found particles of exotic ash from a source that did not match any known volcano. Its chemical signature led back to the deep Pacific Basin, home of the Colossus caldera. The ocean floor near the caldera pulses faintly, captured by satellite altimetry as a subtle vertical movement measured in inches per decade. It is as if the crust itself is breathing, slowly expanding from the pressure building below. Each pulse is another second counting down. Marine geologists have lowered robotic probes into nearby fissures, only to watch camera feeds distort and fail from magnetic surges. One feed recorded a swirling red glow lasting 6 full seconds before total shutdown. The data returned a haunting message: the magma chamber is awake. Inside that chamber, temperatures exceed 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, melting the rock into glowing rivers. Gases collect in volatile pockets, building pressure until even the strongest basalt cannot hold. When it breaks, no technology on Earth can prevent what follows. If the Colossus erupts, it will not be a single explosion but a chain reaction. The blast will fracture continental shelves, triggering secondary eruptions across the Pacific Ring of Fire. Entire coastlines, from Japan to California, could vanish beneath walls of water and ash. Volcanologists estimate that debris could reach the stratosphere in hours, cooling global temperatures by 5 degrees or more. Crops would fail, skies would dim, seasons would twist into chaos. Humanity would find itself in the grip of an artificial volcanic winter. The most terrifying part is not the scale, but the secrecy. No nation publicly acknowledges the Colossus caldera. The truth lies scattered in classified research hidden under decades of bureaucratic silence, waiting for the moment reality catches up with fear. Oceanographers still deploy instruments around the caldera's rim, each using deep-frequency sonar to detect motion in the crust. The readings fluctuate wildly. Some devices disappear entirely, their transmissions swallowed by an unknown force beneath the waves. Fishermen hundreds of miles away report strange disturbances, rising bubbles, sulfur smells, and sudden water temperature spikes. They speak of strange humming under their boats at night, a sound like the ocean exhaling through its teeth. They claim it feels alive. Nearby coral reefs are bleaching in perfect circular patterns, matching the caldera's theoretical radius. Marine biologists cannot explain the uniformity, it looks like the mark of an unseen hand pressing outward from below. Nature rarely draws such perfect circles. Thermal imagery, the region glows like a scar. Subsurface temperatures rise and fall in stable intervals, as though following an internal clock. Every pulse aligns with seismic tremors echoing along the tectonic faults of the Pacific Basin. Seismologists have begun to whisper an unthinkable theory, that Earth itself may regulate its lifespan through catastrophic resets. The Colossus could be that mechanism, an ancient wound capable of ending ages and starting new ones. To the planet, destruction is simply renewal. Speculative models show if Colossus reaches full eruption, ash clouds would circle the globe within days. Global communications would fail, satellites would fall from orbit, navigation systems would flicker out under magnetic storms generated by the immense discharge. Beneath that chaos, deep-sea creatures would vanish in seconds, cooked alive by expanding plumes of superheated water. Ancient species, untouched for millions of years, would disappear before humans ever learned they existed. It would be extinction by heat, silence, and pressure. A nearby chain of seamounts offers faint clues. Some peaks glow faintly at night, releasing gaseous bubbles and acidic plumes. Scientists now believe they are connected exhaust vents, safety valves bleeding pressure from the main chamber before it reaches critical mass. Across history, myths of fire gods sleeping beneath the ocean may have originated from seismic events near regions like this. Ancient Polynesian seafarers recorded red horizons and nights where the ocean seemed to boil. The Colossus has always been part of human memory. Satellite photos now reveal spreading discolored patches near the caldera zone, hints of chemical reactions rising from below. Each patch expands like a slow bruise on the face of the sea. The ocean itself warns, though few are listening. Simulation models predict the final warning would be a harmonic tremor, continuous low-frequency rumble echoing across the Pacific. Within 30 minutes of that signal, the eruption would begin, splitting the seafloor open like a gaping wound of molten light. Governments quietly monitor with orbital radars and submarines. Yet official reports rarely reach the public, dismissed as research noise. Somewhere, a red folder sits sealed, labeled Subduction Breach Protocol, waiting for the day someone is forced to open it. The last recorded event of similar magnitude may have been the Toba eruption 74,000 years ago, which wiped out most of humanity's ancestors. The Colossus is nearly twice its volume. What happened once could happen again, only this time, underwater. Few realize how close the Pacific nations live to this ticking time bomb. Beneath cities and harbors and coral reefs lies a loaded chamber stretching farther than the eye can comprehend. Every quiet wave might hide the shiver of something colossal stirring beneath. Civilization depends blindly on stable earth, on crust that holds. But the Colossus reminds us that we float on molten chaos, living moments borrowed from geological calm. Our technologies may predict, but they cannot prevent what is older than civilization itself. Researchers discuss potential relief drilling, an attempt to vent pressure safely, but at that depth, the risk of triggering the eruption is too great. It is like placing a needle into a sleeping heart of fire, praying it does not wake furious. The undersea drones that dare to explore there carry inscriptions on their hulls, warnings etched by engineers, return or perish. So far, none have lasted long. Metallic wrecks litter the caldera's rim like bones around a predator's mouth. In the darkest trench nearby, sensors captured an acoustic event so intense it saturated arrays across 3 continents. The signal lasted 12 seconds, too long for a quake, too deep for a wail. It was the planet's own heartbeat, growing louder. No one can say exactly when the Colossus will erupt, tomorrow, 1,000 years, or never. Yet every tremor, every chemical signal, every whisper from the deep brings us one breath closer. It sleeps beneath us all, waiting for the one spark gravity cannot contain. Should that day come, humanity will witness a transformation beyond imagining. The ocean will burn, the sky will darken, continents will reshape under titanic force. Afterward, a new age would rise, one born not from progress, but from fire and silence. The Colossus caldera does not hate, nor plan, nor feel. It merely exists, a reminder that Earth's greatest predator has always been itself. And somewhere under 7 trillion tons of ocean, it waits, ancient, immense, awakening. If you stare long enough into the deep Pacific, you might feel that pulse beneath the waves, faint but eternal. That is the sound of the planet breathing, the sound of tomorrow approaching. The volcano that could destroy the world is real, and it is waiting.